Well, I think the big thing is I start to notice that I can't hear people, and I'm asking them to repeat it, and it becomes annoying for them, annoying for me, and missing part of the conversation. So yeah, it was pretty obvious. I'd say both, because I'm asking them to repeat things, and and trying to get closer, etc. So it was obvious for me and for them. Well, I'd say it got frustrating, and it was sometimes hard, just even something as small as going to a movie and not being able to hear the dialogue. That was one thing, or having the TV turned up so loud, and it had to get louder and louder. So there were things like that, but really it was in personal relationships and business became an obstacle to functioning at a higher level. I felt like my level was coming down. Well, according to my dear friend Dr. Carrie Scarf, we all wait 8 to 10 years before we do anything, and I was definitely in that category. I think I had a portion of genetic hearing loss. I always joke that I got my mother's hearing, my dad's hairline, but and also aging. I'm 62 years of age. But really it was when I built a log home for the family and didn't use the appropriate protection that I really damaged my hearing. And so what I heard when I first heard you speak was most people wait 7 to 10 years before they do anything, and I was in that category. You scared me. One of the things that you talked about when I heard you speak was that this is my way of saying it, that we don't really hear with our ears, we hear with our brain. And that studies had shown that as our hearing goes down and we don't do anything about it, we actually experience loss of brain function, what sometimes could be called brain atrophy. And that really got my attention because I felt I was on a downward slide, not only with regard to hearing and quality of life, but with physical function, especially brain. So that got my attention. So I wanted to do something about it. I wanted to find out what I could do, and I did. I don't think I had a bad attitude. I think I was just in that group that was, not getting to it. My mother's worn hearing aids for a long time, and maybe in perception, it didn't bother me that she had hearing aids, but compared to the hearing aids that I have, hers were a bit big and clunky and that kind of thing. So I was around hearing aids within the family for quite a while. I think I was just in that group that hesitates to do something. I could hear more easily, and so that made a big difference. I wasn't asking people to repeat all the time, and quite frankly, I was a bit blown away by the technology. The technology is so easy to work with. I didn't have a stigma about wearing hearing aids, but people don't notice that I have hearing aids, for one thing. So that was nice. But just the fact that I could hear better, and when I went to a movie or watched TV, I didn't have to have my TV turned way up, I could turn it way down, and I could hear the dialogue. So that was big, and actually the technology was great too, because I use an iPhone and a smartphone, and the hearing aids are Bluetooth. So I actually get to hear in my hearing aids. So on the phone, my hearing went way up, and again, quality of life. It just made it so much easier and really kind of fun. Well, I'd say do something. Again, it got my attention that not only is the quality of life going down, but there's a long-term gradual decline in some of our neurological functions that come from hearing aids. So, I just say, if somebody first of all, protect your hearing. Number one, protect your hearing. But number two, get it checked. And if you have a hearing loss, then work with a professional like Dr. Scarf and see what's there, because the technology today is really remarkable and the quality of life is certainly there.